Back to Keir Starmer. Jan is in Hammersmith. Hello, Jan.
Hi. Honestly, Iain, I don't know whether to do a 40 Towers, John Cleese, bang my head, rage. When I hear people ringing in saying that somehow reform are the saviour of this country when they are stuffed full of millionaires, stuffed full. Same with the Tory party, they are stuffed full. Most Labour MPs are not millionaires, but to bring business in, we have to work with businesses that believe in Labour policies, and they are agreeing to the new pay structures coming in.
Oh, are they? Well, why are all the surveys showing that business confidence is at a record low?
Do you know something? They said that about the minimum wage. I tell you what's going on now. It doesn't matter who in Labour. If Jesus Christ himself had got in as leader of the Labour Party, the right-wing press would absolutely carry on nitpicking, nitpick. And gradually, people's brains are slowly turned and twisted.
OK, Jan, answer me this. Do you regard it as nitpicking if I point out that adding £2,500 to the employment costs of an average worker is inevitably going to mean job losses and fewer wage rises?
OK, Iain, what I'm looking forward to seeing, if there are job losses, investment is coming into this country. We're prepared to accept what has been a long time coming. People cannot build lives on fresh air. They need bread on their tables. They need a roof over their heads. They need a reason to live and a reason to move on. In 1930s Germany, Iain, because you're a super intelligent man, I don't need to tell you, the Nazis played on race, they played on the disabled, they played on the unemployed, they were called scroungers, they were called, and gradually they were murdered. Bit by bit by bit. And all I'm saying is, if people think bad people then can't be as bad today, they need to give their heads a wobble, learn their history, and understand that the best way to go is to be kind, is to ensure decent pay, is to ensure we get the medical care.
I don't disagree with you, but how kind is it to cut welfare benefits from poor pensioners?
Well, I'm going to tell you this, Iain, OK? Please let me say this. For 14 years, the Tories did
just answer that question.
No, I am, but I've got to put context to it, please. For 14 years, the Tories did not once promote that pensioners on a certain level could get extra help. Not once. In this country, most pensioners own all of the property. Look at the ONS facts. Most pensioners have savings, but the young don't. There are 1.5 million pensioners in poverty. Absolutely. Listen, I'm an old lady, okay? I'm not rich. I don't want to live fearful of my heating bill any more than anyone else. But I do know that children, 4.5 million children, have no hope, no chances. There are thousands living in bed and breakfasts. Their parents do work. We've got the working poor that are homeless. We've got domestic violence where women...
I'm not denying...
And may I say this, just one last thing.
Go on.
By rights, the election could have been held December. So by now, the party that would have won would be in, which would be Labour. But Sunak pulled the rug under his own party because he knew how bad and disgusting all it really was. And now Labour are having to pull out all of the broken parts of this country and say, and who do they blame? They blame a party that's been in for barely 4 months, 5 months. They don't look back
but do you
to
not
14
think,
years
do you
of
not think,
Tory destruction.
Do you not think that they could have made different choices, that instead of penalising 9 million pensioners, they could have put a couple of pence on fuel duty, for example, to raise the same money?
Iain, most pensioners are not poverty poor. Look at the figures. I have gone through the figures 1 billion times, so I know what I'm talking about. It's
There are
100%
many
correct.
pensioners who are very rich. Pensioners, you're completely correct, are the richest part of the entire demographic.
Thank you.
However, if you're going to say that you need to raise £1.4 billion, which is what the cut in the winter fuel allowance has done, there are plenty of other ways you could have done it.
But on the other side of that, Ian, that money will now go to the pensioners on the breadline who haven't been advised by the Tory government. Did you know you are entitled to pension credits? That is going to make a massive difference to a lot of pensioners. Yes, I agree. Some are only a couple of pounds over. They do need help. I'm not saying they don't. But we need to be honest here. And what the hell and where the hell do people expect this party to start? Watch what will happen in America. If you want Trumpism in this country, good luck, young people, because all I can say is you're on a downhill to absolutely nothing but hatred, racism, job losses. And by the way, Nigel Farage wants to privatise the NHS. He's on video. He wants people to have freedom to carry guns. He's on video. And also, he has said that people unemployed would get 4 months benefit, and if they don't find work, there's the door, bye-bye. Well, his constituency has one of the highest unemployment rates in the UK. So what is he going to do? Richard Tice was meant to bring investment into the areas where they won seats. Have they bothered? Have they put anything forward?
If you say it's too early to judge Keir Starmer, I would say it's too early to judge Richard Tice and Nigel Farage after 5 months.
And all Richard Tice and Farage have to do is just be racist, and then they'll stir up the honeypot or the wasp's nest.
Well, they would completely deny that, of course.
Of course they would, but they're on record. You know, Nigel Farage...
Well, you say Nigel Farage is on record as wanting to privatise the NHS. I've distinctly heard him say in this studio that he believes in an NHS free at the point of use.
I will get someone. Unfortunately, as an old lady, I'm not on Twitter. I will find somebody...
Consider yourself blessed.
I'm barely on Facebook, to be quite honest.
Listen, we've got to the end of the hour, John, but can I congratulate you on a magnificent rant that didn't mention the words "and another thing" at all?
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate the time you've given me.
Well,
I really do.
Do call it, because there are lots of other people who wanted to get on, but I was enjoying it. Jan, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you so much.
Hear from you again soon.